welcome to our channel. Today we will bring to you the exciting and dramatic developments of The Young and the Restless on Wednesday, February 19th. The article below recreates a dramatic and engaging story, based on the details you have provided, set in the context of the long-standing feud in Genoa City between the Newman and Abbott families. In the vast space of the Abbott mansion in Genoa City, Jack constantly walks back and forth with a steely gaze. He has just heard the news that Victor is determined to prevent the relationship between Kyle and Claire. To Jack, Claire is not only a family member, but also a source of pride for the next generation. He finds it difficult to accept Victor interfering in her love affair, especially when the name Newman always evokes memories of uncompromising struggles. Over the years, Jack and Victor have had conflicts from the business world to personal relationships. However, publicly opposing a love affair between two young people like Kyle and Claire was the last straw. Jack thought that it was a direct insult and challenge to the Abbott family. He could not ignore the fact that his niece was being arranged or prevented by his longtime enemy. On the other hand, Jack also suspected that behind Victor's intervention, there might be a larger plan to destroy Jabot, the family company that he was running. In the past, he had witnessed many times Newman Enterprises took advantage of the opportunity to bring down Jabot. This time, if Victor used the love affair between two young people to distract Jack, it could be a stepping stone for a large-scale attack. Jack was determined not to back down. He was determined to protect the happiness of the next generation to the end, and was ready to confront any plan that Victor had in mind. Between Jack's anger and Victor's unwavering ambition, Nikki tried to step in to mediate. She understood her husband's character better than anyone. Nikki knew that when Victor set a goal, especially one related to destroying Jabot, it would be difficult for anyone to stop him. However, with love and concern for Genoa City's peace, Nikki still tried. She took the initiative to meet Jack in a neutral place. Although Nikki sincerely wanted to find a peaceful solution for both sides, she also realized that Jack no longer had any intention of giving in, especially after so much pain from past confrontations. The more Nikki listened to Jack talk about Claire's importance in the Abbott family, the more Nikki realized that this conflict was not limited to Kyle and Claire's love affair, but was erupting into a new confrontation. In fact, Nikki was worried that things would get out of control. If Jack and Victor continued to be on opposite sides, Genoa City would once again be caught up in tormenting calculations. She fears that the happiness of the next generation, including Kyle and Claire, will be shattered by the irreconcilable hatred between the two families. Michael Baldwin, a famous lawyer and also a person with close relations with both families, is increasingly insecure when he has top-secret information in his hands. He knows that Victor is trying to use spies to sabotage Jabot. Michael knows very well how fierce and willing Victor is to go all in on such deals. With anxiety, Michael confesses to his wife, Lauren, telling her everything about Victor's method of infiltrating Jabot. This makes Lauren confused, but not too surprised. They both understand that once Victor wants to achieve his goal, he can do anything without worrying about the consequences. Michael hoped to convince Victor to stop, but deep down, he knew it wouldn't be easy. In Michael's position, the biggest difficulty was whether he should reveal the truth to Jack, or stay silent and try to slow down Victor's plan from the inside. If he spoke out, Michael could push the war to a climax, threatening everyone. If he remained silent, he felt guilty for indirectly letting Jabot suffer harm. That struggle made Michael an important figure who could change the outcome of the confrontation. In the top-floor office of Newman Enterprises, Victor was reviewing all reports on Jabot's activities. He had never accepted the Abbott family's power surpassing his own. It seemed that Kyle and Claire's coming together made Victor predict a more stable alliance of the Abbott family. That was not what he wanted. Despite Nikki's constant persuasion, Victor remained stubborn. He believes this is an opportune time to strike at Jabot, given that Jack may be distracted by concerns for his niece's well-being. The Newman Abbott families have long been symbols of competition and ambition. Victor refuses to be looked down upon, especially by someone he considers a lifelong rival like Jack. On the surface, he explains that his main motive is to protect his family. However, anyone who knows Victor understands that behind the slogan of protecting his family, there is always a hidden desire to manipulate and lead. When determined to destroy Jabot, Victor will proceed without mercy. In the midst of that whirlwind of ambition, Summer, who once had a particularly deep relationship with Kyle, is facing a difficult choice. In the past, she and Kyle were husband and wife, but the breakup occurred due to unresolved conflicts and misunderstandings. However, Summer's feelings for Kyle are still there, as strong as a smoldering fire. When hearing that Kyle and Claire are building a relationship, Summer cannot hide her jealousy. She feels that Claire is taking away something precious that is hers. At the same time, Summer believes that this love can end in tragedy. She begins to have the intention to intervene, even planning to destroy Kyle and Claire's budding happiness. Summer knows that Victor does not support the couple. She realizes that if she joins forces with Victor, the task of separating Kyle and Claire can become easier. However, this choice also has many potential risks. Kyle can permanently alienate her if he knows that she is behind the plan. On the one hand, Summer thinks she is saving Kyle from tragedy. On the other hand, she does not want to see him happy with someone else. The torment of conscience puts Summer in a dilemma. As the pieces begin to move, Genoa City seems to be waiting for a storm. Jack urges the staff to increase information security, determined to find the spy. Victor secretly takes the next steps in his plan, coordinating with his partners from afar. Nikki is exhausted when she sees the two most important men in her life fighting again. Michael Baldwin lives in anxiety, afraid that at any moment everything could fall apart. He tries to talk to Victor, hoping that he will reconsider the plan, but Victor seems determined. Summer, on the other hand, tries to approach Claire with clever words, causing her to feel confused and doubtful about her place in Kyle's heart. In addition, Summer shows Claire old pictures of her and Kyle's happy times. Although appearing innocent, Summer's real purpose is to sow anxiety, making Claire question Kyle's past. This tactic erodes Claire's trust, causing her to be uncertain about the future. To strengthen the family spirit, Jack invites Kyle and Claire to dinner. He emphasized the importance of love in this tense situation, and warned Victor about his ambition. According to Jack, if Victor still insisted on opposing the relationship, he could use any means to separate them. Kyle and Claire needed to prepare themselves mentally to face the upcoming crisis. At the dinner table, the atmosphere was calm. Jack watched the two young people talking, holding hands with sincere attachment. At one moment, he felt a surge of emotion. But at the same time, Jack understood that this sweet happiness could soon be challenged by the vortex of power. At the end of dinner, Jack did not forget to remind Kyle to pay attention to his and Claire's safety, and to avoid revealing important information related to Jabot. Late one night, Michael decided to meet Victor at the office. He wanted to warn him again about the consequences if the spy plan was discovered. Michael analyzed that not only Jack, but also many shareholders, customers, and even the public in Genoa City would react strongly when they learned that Newman Enterprises used a lack of transparency. However, Victor calmly listened and then vaguely said that he had never been afraid of scandal if it could help him achieve his ultimate goal. Michael realized that what he feared had come true. Victor had left no room for compromise. Once he was determined to destroy Jabot, he would not let any warnings stop him. Michael left with a heavy heart. He understood the danger if the war got out of control. The previous wars had caused too much damage, and this time, it was also related to the happiness of Kyle, Claire, and even the safety of all employees of the two companies. Michael wonders whether he should choose to be loyal to his position as Victor's partner or act out of conscience and for his friends. Summer knows that Claire is gradually wavering due to pressure from many sides. She tries to influence more by approaching Claire's relatives, stirring up concerns about the deep discord between Newman and Abbott. More negative information spreads, making Claire more and more worried. Many unfavorable information spread, making Claire more and more afraid of siding with the Abbott family. A famous family in the business world, always having to confront Newman Enterprises, which is where she will step into if she continues to stick with Kyle. Summer's clever words sometimes make Claire feel sad, especially when she thinks about Kyle's past. Claire begins to compare herself with Summer. How deep is Kyle's feelings for her, when he had a passionate love history with his ex-wife? Summer, with her sharp and experienced nature, always knows how to influence Claire's mind in a subtle, not obvious but extremely effective way. Besides, Summer still closely monitors Victor's every move. She suspects that attacking Jabot will bring about a big conflict, which can affect Kyle as well. However, she is not afraid to borrow Victor's hand to push things to the desired limit. She hoped that when the going got tough, Claire would back down, and Kyle would slowly realize that Summer was the only one who truly understood him. As time went on, Genoa City gradually experienced a tense atmosphere. The media noticed that both corporations began to take action against each other in terms of business. Some internal reports showed that Jabot was running out of new deals, while Newman Enterprises quietly launched an investment package in the foreign market. No one was sure what would happen next, but everyone knew that a strong blow was about to hit. Jack was more nervous than ever. He even lost sleep many nights, worrying about the threat to Jabot and worrying about Claire's feelings. Despite his worries, Jack always tried to appear firm, not allowing himself to show weakness in front of Victor. Meanwhile, Victor still worked tirelessly, discussing with his close advisors about how to attack Jabot. Nikki constantly tries to stop her husband, but she feels like she is just a small voice in a cycle of ambition. Michael Baldwin is at a crossroads. He feels he should try to protect his conscience, but at the same time does not want to confront Victor directly. Lauren is also by her husband's side, advising him to find the best solution. But what is that solution, when if he reveals information about the spy, Michael will become a traitor in Victor's eyes? And if he continues to stay silent, he will indirectly destroy Jabot and let Jack down. Kyle and Claire are under increasing pressure. Claire becomes thoughtful, often silent when asked about the future. She worries about her own safety, as well as wondering about the living environment if she officially becomes a part of the Abbott family. Everyone knows that the feud between the two families cannot be resolved overnight, and the person caught in the middle may suffer long-term damage. Kyle tries to reassure Claire, but he also feels helpless. Every time they are together, everything seems beautiful, but as soon as they leave each other's arms, the fear of reality comes back. Summer's appearance, along with her clever hints, makes Claire even more shaken in her feelings. Can she compare to someone who used to be Kyle's wife, who has a past closely tied to him? The romantic atmosphere before is now overshadowed by questions about the future. The couple gradually realizes that their love is becoming the center of a fierce battle, where family values, honor, and even the survival of the two corporations are put on the scale. The risk of an explosion between Jabot and Newman Enterprises is increasingly clear. Genoa City residents, including many business partners and observers, are constantly discussing who will win this time and who will pay the price. The effects on the financial markets begin to appear, reflecting the wariness of investors. Jack puts all his efforts into internal review, hoping to catch the spy before the business secrets are revealed. He is also looking for more investment sources to strengthen Jabot, affirming his reputation in the face of any storm. On the other side of the battle line, Victor seems to be just waiting for the perfect moment to trigger the final blow. He coordinates with a number of large investment funds, ready to buy back shares or shake Jack's position at any time. Nikki is so worried that her health is declining, but she cannot shake her husband's iron will. All her efforts only make Victor more convinced that he must strongly protect the Newman family from the rise of Abbott. Michael realizes that he cannot remain silent forever, but does not know how to publicly reveal the truth to save the situation. Summer continues to silently push Claire into a spiral of doubt, even actively setting up a few situations that make Claire misunderstand the close relationship between her and Kyle. The story is still not over because of the conflicts and calculations that are piling up day by day. Each character is faced with a difficult choice, while the next developments can change the whole situation. The ongoing war between Newman Enterprises and Jabot not only affects the two families, but also determines the future of many people in Genoa City. How far will Jack go to protect his niece's happiness and maintain Jabot's survival? Victor is still determined on his journey to destroy his opponent, or will he stop before causing an unpredictable disaster? Does Nikki still have hope to reconcile the two sides, or will she helplessly watch the conflict escalate? Will Michael dare to trade his long-standing relationship with Victor to expose the truth, and at the same time help Jack avoid a major crisis? Will Summer continue to plot to regain her old love, or will she falter because of her conscience? Will Kyle and Claire's feelings be strong enough to withstand all the schemes from those around them? Everything is still unknown. Every day in Genoa City, new changes appear, promising thrilling developments beyond imagination. Because here, love, power, honor and ambition are always intertwined, creating endless attraction for every story that is happening. Keep following our channel so you don't miss the upcoming episodes, where every change can turn the situation around and reveal the true face of each character. This confrontation, with the participation of many forces and conspiracies, can become a new dramatic chapter in the history of The Young and the Restless.